So it has come to this. Good men, torn from their kin, to rage and spill the blood of other men's foes. But we will not be forgotten. Our deeds shall be known, even when our bones are dust scattered on the wind. And our names will inspire the mighty to rise.
Hello and welcome to probably the first installment of the Total War, Legends of Total War, or what is this called? Total War Sagas? Troy Total War Saga? Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Episode 1. Looks really good from what I've seen. And, yeah. So, here we go. Thanks for tuning in. My one so valued and treasured guest. But perhaps this will be the trend of something bigger, you know. Me and you will be at the start of something big. I don't know about Achilles, like Helen of Troy big, but big. It's a good looking game. Alright. Just a few touch-ups, make sure everything's going to look good. Kind of already played around with it to make sure that it would at least run. And the arrow trails are still pretty heavy though. Let's take it down to 15%. It's already so prominent. Okay. And settings. Sure. We're gonna go with the campaign and sure. Well, I actually wanted to start from the beginning there to show an intro, so that's what I'm gonna do. But map, the world, the artistic design. Well, you'll see for yourself. So I can choose Achilles, swift-footed Achilles, legendary hero of the Iliad, leader of the Myrmidons, is the mightiest warrior the world has ever known. Agamemnon, as the war against the Trojans starts to gain momentum, godlike Agamemnon rallies the many. Oh no, you know what? And I might need to change my UI scale. It's just a little too small. So it's cool that they give you that feature. You can do that, because I do like to play around with the HUD effects and things. Just 1 second. You there, UI. Switch back up to 100 for now. Right? It changed, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, man. Here we go. Yeah. As the war against the Trojans starts to gain momentum, godlike Agamemnon rallies the many. Desperate Achaean kingdoms against Troy, determined to raze the fabled city to the ground. Starting situation is easy. I would imagine this guy's like King Greece, you know what I mean? Odysseus, tribe of the Achaeans, faction Ithaca. Shrewd and resourceful Odysseus, ruler of Ithaca, is a trusted advisor to the kings of Achaea and a brilliant diplomat. He prefers subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to defeat his opponents. Starting situation hard. Well, you know, okay. I bet you get some pretty elite navy units. I'm just saying, I don't know. Menelaus, king of Sparta. Although his best days on the battlefield are already behind him as the Trojan War heats up, Menelaus nevertheless joins his brother's alliance, determined to return Helen to Sparta. Starting situation normal. You know, I actually might like to play him, but we're going to go with the legendary Lord Achilles, swift-footed Achilles, legendary hero of the Iliad and leader of the Myrmidons. He is the mightiest warrior the world has ever known.
I burn the brightest.
So he starts off with some bonuses here. Campaign with significantly lower army upkeep costs. All factions will field more armies and make swifter campaign progress, while enjoying many other bonuses. In battle, even the lowliest enemy soldier is formidable. Prepare for the fight of your life. And I've said it just below legendary, I mean, I've played enough Total Wars to know kind of what I'm getting into. The AI and things, campaign, they need the help. I'm an experienced gamer, and you know what? Playing a Total War games is about the sandbox of turns. You know, you learn with experience of how to maximize your turns, but it shouldn't be like I'm the worst kind of Total War player in that I've always tried to plan for the perfect turn, like a chess game. Just learn to just build better armies and let the rest, I think, deal with itself, because that's how you play Total War. But you can play Total War like a chess game. It's just really it's really tough, man. Sometimes a Total War game can totally throw a wrench at you. And let's just say I'm hoping that this one doesn't disappoint. Alright, there's some more bonuses here on the right. It says faction, living legend. Being a living legend increases influence and reduces faction-wide unit upkeep. Other challenger heroes will arise, and the people might doubt your greatness. Defeat them in battle or persuade them to acknowledge you. Yikes! So I mean, it sounds like there's some prerequisites here. I gotta make sure Achilles is always on the forefront. Hot-blooded Achilles, your emotions control you and affect your entire faction. Outrage, stronger armies but reduced economy efficiency. Grieving. Oh, I see. So this is when you're in these certain mood swings. Gotcha. Increased divine favor and experience gained for units, but reduced faction-wide happiness. Indignant. Increased economic efficiency and happiness, but reduced likelihood of diplomatic deals and influence. Recommended playstyle. Interesting. Achilles' roster is focused on great speed and maneuverability as well as versatility in battle, and has the largest number of faction unique units. Very interesting. Heroes. Archer Skirmisher. I think they're so annoying already, but you know, it is what it is. They're still pretty good support. Archer Trickster. So the first one is an archer skirmisher, a marksman unsurpassed in eliminating foes from afar. Archer trickster, a bow-wielding hero who relies on mobility and deception to prevail. Defender protector, an extremely hardy spearman capable of surviving any enemy onslaught. Defender veteran, a resilient warrior who can deal death easily with his spear. Excellent. Fighter champion, a swordsman. So, yeah, a swordsman capable of carrying out and surviving all manner of attacks. Fighter ravager, a swordsman who excels at disrupting enemy unit formations. Fighter vanquisher, a swordsman who tends to ignore peril in order to deliver the killing blow. This faction cannot recruit the following hero classes. No! Warlord Mentor, not only a commander but an expert at managing territories. So I guess this is how when they describe the faction, they're kind of telling you that you economically suffer because you don't get these guys. Maybe, I don't know. Warlord Commander specializes in improving unit performance in battle. Ah, the old Roman Centurion, always a plus. Too bad. I guess Achilles is just that badass. I don't know. Warlord Warmonger, capable of both strengthening friendly units and enfeebling their enemies. Very good. Too bad I don't get him. Thessalian Marines, two-handed spear infantry. Experts in flanking. Ooh, look at the health. I guess the health is actually pretty low. Okay. Those guys have good armor and morale. Even better, Myrmidons. Sword and shield infantry, weight class medium, immune to flanking. Very nice. And unbreakable? Oh, wow. I can already tell that these guys are going to be, like, in every army. I mean, obviously, unbreakable. Like, I played a lot of tabletop and strategy games, I guess in Warhammer, I suppose, and other games, but having an unbreakable unit, something that you can depend on while melee swirls around you, is more than essential. Like heroes and things, mainstay characters, you have to block the enemy waves from destroying everything if your army's falling apart. So you need unbreakable and immune to flanking. You need this, like in every army. Basically imagine the Greek pike formation, but like condensed into just one unit with swords and shields. But the pikes effectively were, in ancient warfare, the unbreakable unit. There was effectively no way that ancient warfare was able to crack the prowess of Greek phalanx infantry, and it was only more deadly and more efficient. They used longer pikes. They battled each other on hills. Like, the ancient Greeks were nasty. Oh yeah, like their methods of warfare were probably, I would consider, the most savage of, as we are in the classic period, quote unquote. Like, yeah, they used some of the most nastiest tactics and weapons because they were the nastiest warriors. They were proud warriors. Like, yeah, it was. The phalanx as a military strategy is one of those things that's lost to time, almost like the horse. The horse is just gone, but the horse, just like the spear, like these weapons, these tools of man and woman, these tools of war that we've used, they're more than just that. They're just like, they shaped us as humans in the past. And it was just a spear, but it was many men with control of spear in certain directions that won the day. And it was so unbelievably terrible to face. I think only the Romans were actually capable of defeating the phalanx, I suppose. But I mean, maybe that's just ancient propaganda that's made it to my lips. I don't know. Swift-footed Achilles, legendary hero of the Iliad, was the mightiest warrior the world had ever known. His seeming invincibility in combat was the subject of myth and conjecture. Legend claims that his mother, the sea goddess Thetis, granted him invulnerability as an infant by dipping him headfirst into the waters of Styx. Such was his might that no other man could lift his massive spear in Pelion Ash. Achilles was the leader of the Myrmidons, an elite fighting force for Pythia. Pythia? P-H-T-H-I-A? Pythia. Said to have been created by Zeus himself from a colony of ants. Fiercely loyal, they fought with ferocity and overcame unsurmountable odds through sheer, unflinching determination. While Achilles' mere presence was often enough to turn the tide of battle, the Pythian champion was prone to great, unpredictable mood swings that could either shake or bolster the resolve of the entire Achaean host. So, I mean, it's got its drawbacks, right? Son of Peleus and Thetis. +4 to melee attacks for all units when attacking. Very nice when attacking, though. Okay, so obviously that means that I am very much a ravager and conquesting army. That's a major bonus. Not having that bonus is pretty detrimental. Plus a -5% to morale of all enemy units. They will break sooner than I will, so that's also good. And we are going to become a legend.
Are we mere playthings of the gods? Or do we plead divine influence to justify our foolish choices?
He's taken her! He's taken my wife!
You've risked the safety of Troy.
Troy is my home now.
You have my oath, brother. She will be returned to you. Brother, I can fight. Go, seek shelter. There'll be plenty of fighting ahead.
Helen's flight was a grave wound to Achaean pride. King Menelaus will have his revenge. And his brother will have his war with Troy, just as the gods intended. Oh, swift-footed Achilles, there is only one response to Queen Helen's abduction, and that is war.
Brother, your foolish passion has doomed us.
King Agamemnon of high-walled Mycenae must avenge this insult to his brother. You are the ultimate warrior, king of Thea, and commander of the Myrmidons.
Glory in battle is my God-given fate.
Your ally, King Lycomedes, rules the Isle of Skyros. As a boy, you were sheltered in Lycomedes' court on your father's command. Now you must protect the old king in turn. Heed both threats from enemies like the Elopians and opportunities that come your way through friends such as prosperous King Oeleus and his son Ajax the Lesser. The independent Thessalians could be a bulwark for your western flank. Keep your courage, lion-hearted Achilles, for you know well that fortune favors the bold.
The hot-blooded Achilles. Yeah. Defeat an enemy belonging to the following faction in battle: the Elopians. The treacherous Elopians have advanced with their forces, which now threaten your lands and the livelihood of your people. March out with your army and defeat them in battle. Armies are used to defend home cities and to attack enemy cities and armies. Armies may be selected by left-clicking. Right-click to move or attack with a selected army. Learn more about any movement here. Alright, thank you for that.
I'll do it right.
That's mine. Petallion. Alos. That's not mine. We will go to the diplomacy menu. And we will talk to old friends. Yes, Troy. No, not him. At Skyros. Yes. Alright, so the diplomacy functions in this game are a little bit different than other Total War games. As you can see, there's resource piles. I suppose Total War Saga games are a little bit different. This is my first experience into them, so if this is something new to that, then here you go, right? But other than that, it's new to me. But yeah, it has more to do with actual piles of resources that you can generate with buildings and things, so it's a bit more, I suppose, actual literal than a normal Total War game, which I find a bit interesting. It's certainly more multifaceted. You could certainly want to be more of a marble trader than, say, a beef trader, whereas in like normal Total War games, they really just like generalize it. I mean, you don't exactly specialize in any kind of trade, although you will need particular resources. So, that being said, what is this one? Minus 48 influence, I take it? Defensive allies are sworn to protect each other. War is declared on one of them. These usually would be on friendly terms with a faction before requesting an alliance. Well, Confederation. Ask of the faction to join your Confederation. If you're strong enough and they accept your offer, their faction will be assimilated into your own, and their armies and settlements will become yours. Be aware that depending on the balance of the assets you acquire, your income will be adversely affected. Not what I'm looking for, no. A better agreement? What do I have in place right now? Military access. Well, build up a little bit of influence, right?
Sound deal.
But no trade, really. It's entirely... Okay, yeah, like I was explaining. Although he doesn't really have anything to give, I suppose he could offer me money. Oh! Plenty to give, in fact. So what's this? Gold. Gold is the rarest resource. Required to construct best buildings or train and support the best troops. It is gathered at gold mine settlements. They are deposited at different sizes, and once the deposit runs out, the settlement will provide only 10% of its production. Interesting. Bronze is a resource required to equip and support advanced units. It is gathered in the bronze forged settlements. Stone is a resource required to construct advanced buildings. It is gathered in stone quarry settlements. Wood is the basic resource required to construct buildings. It is gathered in forest settlements. Food is the basic resource required to train and support units. It is gathered in farm settlements. Well, good to keep him on good terms right for now. I could end up using him for resources, or trading resources with him later. I've also set the options for real time in the map so that it goes day and night at its own pace, although you can set it. Yeah, real time. Which is kind of neat, huh? So, I mean, it doesn't exactly feel like you're flying through day and night. But I think that's, it's very moody. It's a really... Now, how do I do it again? Oh, yeah, the pivot. using a few Total War key maps that seem to have adapted and evolved with most Total War games. They weren't always there, but there you go. Yeah, and oh, where's my? Huh? Where is it? No. I guess, yeah, anyway. There should be a pivot up and down, but I don't know. We don't necessarily need to play that, as long as I've got my precious pivot. You know what I mean? It's a very moody game. Like, the atmosphere is really... The water looks great. Wow, it's beautiful. Imagine Rome... Oh, God. Rome 2 is actually really good at its current stage. I wouldn't want to just keep adding stuff into it, because I'd say that Rome 2 is really quite enjoyable right now. So instead that if Total War eventually went back, as they did with this, but made a full-on release into, like, Alexander Total War, wow, it'd be so good. It'd be so good. At the way that the engine runs and everything, the way that they can really make it, oh, it could be so good. So good. It could be absolutely, like, very political and strategy based, but at the same time full of war and peril, and not a game for, like, the faint of heart. Not exactly as broken as, say, you know, Attila Total War. Yeah, that's just my opinion. That game is a heap of something, and there's really... There's no going around it. Should I spank him now? 9 units. If I let him walk... Can I hire mercenaries? Let him walk away, he's going to recruit more men. He's got more men over there.
I cannot do it.
See, I know I'm a bit outmatched, right? Which is a problem. I'm playing also with the largest unit settings, I believe. Hold on, let's just check that real quick. Extreme, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's like the full-on effect here. It's a lot of dudes. He certainly got more range than I do. Bah. Ranged. He's got 2 units of elite spearmen as well. Those guys will have to go first. So if I were to fight in this weather, wouldn't it necessarily make things easier for either of us? He has the high ground. Aha, but I have Total War experience. Alright, I already got a plan. Let's just start. Speed it up, speed it up. Cinematic camera. Whoa. I love the grass, you know. It doesn't need to be, in my opinion, something that's really outstanding. Just to be simple and beautiful. And the trees look great too. Kind of reminds me of Empire Total War. Like, it really had beautiful trees in that game. So, champions, these are my good troops, right? Then some runners. And Achilles go with troops. Some troop units, if you're newer to Total War, have a radius effect, which actually is designed so that they're like the general in a sense. They don't exactly leave your troops morale-less, like, especially when battle starts going bad. When battle starts going bad, the whole idea of units breaking is, in my opinion, very important. Like, men and women, whatever, things don't like to die when things are going wrong. So if they run, they actually save you later if they saved enough men by saving themselves, and then you can come back for a second wave. It's really chaotic. You can use the chaos to your advantage if you're quick. If there's elephants running around in the formations, everyone's got a problem, though. It's in everyone's best interest to destroy them. But in Total War 2, there's so many different types of elephants that it's like, Yeah, there's not enough bullets in the world. So my idea here was, I'm obviously just trying to pull them one way or another. Having them waste their shots on elite troops isn't exactly what I'd like them to do. But those young spears will not really last in fight. Guard mode. Cover his flank, yeah. Charge bonus. Okay, I'm really counting on Achilles for that one. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, we got a problem.
Your hero is under attack. Ready for action.
Achilles. Yeah. Yeah, shake your weight around, bud. That's right. Okay. Oh, those guys will not hold.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Yeah, those guys are not going to hold. My sword's ready. That's pretty intense. I'm not too sure if I'm going to win this. Maybe it's a bit overzealous. Just a bit. They're holding. Shoot the wounded ones, especially, and make them so they don't rally back. Right? At least they're not wounding my guys. My elite troops are really shining through on this one. Good work on these guys there. Their experience will benefit me later. Oh, he's fighting the main hero? Yes. Keep him occupied, Achilles. Do what you must. Oh. I'll come back. Don't worry, bud. Oh boy, this is pretty intense. Okay, that's fine. Don't waste your shots, kids. Oh no, you were shooting the right thing there. Yeah, keep shooting that guy. Having a few units of riders, even just like a couple, can benefit you so greatly when you're scooping up enemy units that are running around, fleeing in terror or something. Kind of like I'm doing right now. Well played, gentlemen. Do not let them rally. Yeah, keep up the pressure. Oh, those Achaean slivers. Achaeans. This was not precisely the most well thought out attack. I kind of put a bit too much stock in those elite troops, which the game was selling me on. And Achilles is by far and away like a superb character already. I'm not too actually sure what Vanquish does, but plus 50% charge bonus and plus 20% tweet speed for all units within that range. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, you need to stop shooting. Oh, my back. Oi! Men upon nigh! Archers! Achilles. Man, this guy is really...
Victory is close enough to taste.
We will not let him leave. What a battle. Yikes. It is a total war game after all. So I just can't exactly let this enemy general leave. It's tradition, you know. D. Okay, here we go. That was awesome. Whew. A Cadmean victory. Oh, yes, indeed. As opposed to a certain Fyric, who hasn't existed yet. No, don't capture them. Don't just kill the enemy. I mean, I can get a ransom somewhat, which is nice. But I think we're gonna go with unit replenishment because that was a very rough battle. A little bit of a bonus, which is always nice. I get one if I muster more troops. A Cadmean victory. Our brave soldiers have won a most portentous battle against the enemy. Clearly, the gods favor us. Achilles' armor has achieved a Cadmean victory against the forces of Ischias, belonging to the Olopians in the Battle of Histiaia. Histiaia. I would imagine a Cadmean victory is something quite nice then. A boon. Enemy killed in battle. Ischias, our enemy from the Olopians, has perished in battle in Histiaia, Elopia. The realm of Hades is hardly a home for such worthy foes.
As it should be.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yet we will not be denied our rightful place. Let the others see what fate awaits them at the tip of our spears. And such is the legacy of the ancient Romans, that it is, or the ancient Greeks, that it is indeed at the tip of the spear. And in a very comfortable city. Alright, so these guys, right? No, the champions held. The runners were good. And the swordsmen. Not bad. I would imagine Achilles being nearby helped them last game, but I'm also kind of learning as I go to and what to invest in could make all the difference when you're sieging a castle or a city. The health is higher with these guys, but I would imagine more troops. Spearmen, medium. So weight class might determine whether how fast the army moves. I'm just going off of instinct on that one. I don't know. Poor armor piercing damage. Yikes. But they've got range, so.
I can do that.
2. Expendable, hey? No. I need elite crack troops, sir. That will hinder the enemy for at least a turn. It won't let them recuperate as much as they'd like. No. In terms of resources, I can build a woodcutter's lodge, bronze fire pit, apprentice Fletcher. So very similar to Shogun Total War, it feels. Almost in like a sense that like what maybe the structures do, but it does have its own appeal too. It is a genuinely new Total War experience to me. And I just played a lot of Total Wars. That's all. I got no official experience besides that. High influence is always good. I think that plus 34 wood per turn. Yeah, sure. And a military building. Victoria. Prearranged signal cuts through the night to warn of imminent danger. Plus 100 experience of all units per turn. Own armies in this province, very good. Plus 10% to campaign movement range of enemy armies. Minus 10. Very good. Plus 60% to line of sight. Yes. And a royal decree. There are generally like faction summary function. They've simplified the HUD quite nicely. I want to see the sky. I want to see if I can see the sky. No, just gets you up to the very big though, right? This is ancient Greece. A collection of warring city-states, unremitted and unrepentant against each other, issuing edicts of annihilation and treaty and trade. They were a very, I would say that the ancient Greeks, like well before Alexander, were like the most notable of the trader and seafaring nations. The ancient Greeks were pretty much renowned for being the forefront of everything: mathematics, science, study, world trade, philosophy. I mean, they were an apprentice paradise. Like, there was, from what I've learned myself about ancient Greece, is that much of it is simply gone because of the world that changed because and around it. Alexander was probably just a byproduct, really, of the crazy, this very, very strange and magical world of ancient Greece. Yeah. It all changed with Alexander, though. It never was the same. Treasure Hall. Duty demands we honor the gods and our heroes with offerings of gold. Expand your royal treasury at once.
Do it like command.
Okay. Gosh, he was so demanding. That's my king. Alright. Do as I demand. He sounds like Carl Franz, by the way. Carl Franz is a cool emperor. That's from Total War, Warhammer Total War 2. Issue a royal decree. The people are eager to follow your orders, for it is through your wisdom that they will flourish. Issue a royal decree, and they will be put to work. Available decrees will be viewed in the royal decree panel. Blah 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 blah. So I think that's something that's it's coming. Diplomacy. Mycenae.
I look forward to hearing what you
So this is the brother. This is the brother of the conflict that we all find ourselves in. He's an ally to me.
naturally.
Indeed. I didn't exactly want to leave the whole menu, actually. And there isn't precisely a trade, necessarily, that I can get garnish even, unless I know what I need and know what I want. I can broker military access and other things. I am at war with the Elopians. Indeed. Okay, so it's quite simple for me, right? It's the Elopians, these guys who must go down. They're bad.
I am a legend.
So 12 units, and I do believe I get a mission that's completed with extra food, which is always good. So we will do that.
Son of Victoria's land of king.
Quite the legacy. More spearmen? I generally don't like to bulk my army up with too much spearmen and stuff like that. An inflexible army can just be tragically destroyed if put up against some of the more elite that the enemy can offer you. And young spears weren't bad. They actually have the same health as these guys. Is there any benefit to taking them? Look at the charge bonus. Yes, there is. I don't want to particularly. I'll take another spearman unit. I don't exactly want a heavy missile unit army either. This is Achilles' army, so it's got to be the elite. Alright. Known factions, provinces, heroes, and agents. Achilles himself. Very good. His blood boils. Indignant has changed by 10% due to time spent uncamped or ungarrisoned. I see, I left him outside, so sorry, dude. Don't leave him outside. Very good. So I've obtained that. Laying the foundation. Construct any building. Buildings constructed in your cities grant benefits to your faction. More buildings will aid with the development of your kingdom, and with the war effort abroad. It only remains to choose what to construct. Buildings may be constructed in the selected settlement on the province overview panel. Learning more about building construction here. Good, good, good. So these units here are refreshing up quite nicely. It's still probably going to take another 2 turns. Or, yeah, we're going to wait it out. I was thinking about combining units. Can I do that? Can I merge? Yep. No point, though. Oh, no. I'm in war with these guys. And, right? Or just bad relations. Unfriendly? Okay. Unfriendly? We need to improve relations with our neighbors. I know. It's terrible. No. Send them gifts and stuff. Okay. You, the Thessalians. I notice you over in the corner there. Quick deal. Check which factions are open to certain diplomatic possibilities and quickly negotiate a deal. Nothing. That's a cool feature, though. I like that. For the players that'd rather just want to breeze through it, just kind of get things done.
We might as well try talking for what it's worth.
Non-aggression back slightly improves relations between factions, but is an ideal first step in building good relations. So it costs me influence the selection faction's opinions of the deal. If this value is positive, they will agree. Otherwise, they will need further convincing or an ultimatum. Diplomatic treaty minus 1.1 evaluation breakdown. Baseline evaluation minus 7.0. Diplomatic prospects 0.0. Trade value 0.0. Trustworthiness 0.0. Relative faction strengths and threats 5.8. Bonuses 0.0. Baseline evaluation. So, because of history. This guy is friends also with all these other nations. And my friends? Nope, these are all people I do not know. So, right? Yeah. Oh, I do know Narcos. Naricos. Lycomedes. And Mycenae. Oh, Magnetes. That's my other neighbor. Okay. So... No. I'll make it work. Sweeten the deal. Here's some sticks. Now, how about this deal? I just throw a bunch of wood at him. Minus... Okay, so... He's like, he liked the wood. He's appreciative. He liked the wood. Okay, so the wood is already part of the deal. And... Bronze... No way. That's too much bronze. Have some more wood. All kinds of wood. I found some even outside just now. Have more wood. Lots of wood. All kinds of wood. Okay.
Better than a stalemate.
So, that was quite fortunate because that guaranteed me a treacherous alliance or an attack from the north. As my campaign south ravages.
A living beast.
Yes.
Yes.
Now I'm recruiting a few more missile troops for reserve. However, I'm reconsidering because I'm actually planning for the turn ahead. I know that I'm about to fight a battle with this army, and that it's probably going to be outside the city gate, but that it would also contain a city as well. Like I'll have to probably take Hystia. I hope I'm saying it right. And it's not going to be easy, not by a long shot. I have to factor in attrition, therefore I'm trying to recruit more missile troops and more men. I doubt I'll have enough, but I'm going to attack anyway. I'm going to probe the cities and basically have the garrison come out so that I can smash them. Now let's check my... They're done, and then they can be upgraded. For a lot of wood, I can do that, and a lot of food and some stone, or some other wood, I can do this. Which is decent, but I'm actually going to hold off on both because I probably need my resources for the war effort. Best to play it casual. It is a turn-based game after all. Oh, his blood boils, he's mad. Indignance has changed by 10% due to time spent in counter garrisons. He's never happy.
I always win. Achilles the champion.
So, I see no enemy. Nothing outside. There's an army stationed inside.
I'm afraid I can't. Legendary prowess. Attack!
What we face are not trained soldiers. Oh! It is I who speak with such impetuousness. Dun, 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 dun. What have I said? What have I done? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, well, I'm all in. This is Achilles we're talking about. He doesn't back down. Dun, 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 dun. Labor force available. This is the amount of labor you can use to... Okay, that's cool. This amount of labor you can use per turn to construct siege engines. The amount you use will be subtracted from the total labor force. And very interesting. Imagine a medieval 2 game with these kinds of mechanics. Wow. Like, or rather a medieval era, right? Even high medieval era. Like well into the 12th and 13th century where guns were actually kind of known. And there was gun troops that were knights. And it was using mechanics like this stuff in battles. It was really cool. I'm just saying. Now that is essential. I can actually wait them out or have them attack me outside the gates so that the defenses are negated, yes. And then I could use my oversaturation of very powerful missile troops in combination with extremely trained military units and annihilate the enemy as they come out into a chasm of their own abyssal demise. I will continue to siege. And in fact, oh, it's unfortunate, but I was hoping to even recruit some mercenaries. However, if I wanted to be, I believe I could recruit a hero. A fighter ravager. This hero knows that victory is oft achieved long before the last enemy combatant perishes. With speed and precision, he roams the battlefield, stalking foes, fear and panic and rout. Interesting. Sounds quite effective. Veteran. Whilst battle is often little more than a series of charges and retreats, his hero stays strong, ready to surprise the foe with his terrible might, particularly once they are already tired and spent. Very good. A vanquisher? I would imagine this is an anti-hero. This hero greets battle with a smile and thanks to the gods for such a glorious opportunity. No price is too high for victory in a place in history, immortalized through his people's bardic traditions. Well, that actually is a fancy way of describing somebody who just kind of stands around. Yeah, I don't know. Do you, like, play cards or something? Champion. A victor of many battles. This hero has mastered the spear and shield and can use them flawlessly during both deadly charges and lengthy, arduous siege situations. Well, that is something that we are about to find ourselves in.
We will claim victory.
Thank you. Your confidence is refreshing. The browser, no, we don't want to go there. I can't exactly recruit a lord. An epic agent? Priest, spy, envoy. This is all. Oh, I got you. These are other characters which perform other deeds. Yes. No, we are going to use the hero. And we're going to let it roll down the highway. Waiting a turn, of course, until the hero can support. Start a turn with 20 units in a single army. The specter of war clouds the horizon in all directions. Increase the size of your forces further, for the battles to come will tax your strength. Learn more about unit recruitment here. The reward is food 500, bronze 50, and gold 50. Very good.
They'll fall to us. Onward to glory.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't want to break the siege, though.
It's hard and fast. I live for battle.
Can he?
Set up a horse.
Oh, yeah, it's a lord. Ah, dang. I was a little confused. I thought it was more like a Warhammer Total War 2 hero, but it's actually like legit like another lord. Okay, so that's good. I actually could still use that guy. I could have brought more reinforcements, but that's fine. I still got a few turns. So we got a turn. A thriving settlement. Upgrade any settlement building. Developing a settlement increases the number of buildings that may be constructed within it. Expanding your facilities in this way will greatly improve your ability to defend your borders at home and wage wars abroad. A settlement may be developed by upgrading the first building within it. Shown on the provincial overview panel, the growth points earned in the province over time must be spent in order to do this. Sorry about that little bit of delay there, but I'm trying to get the nuances of the little specks on the paper there. We're gonna get you back there, and we're gonna recruit these guys because I think it's gonna get a bit bumpy. And then we'll see. And I'm imagining that the more troops I recruit, the more food, or the less food rather I have. As I can see, it's minus 128 a turn, so that's already a little high. This has yet but one turn, I believe, until it surrenders to me. I will bolster the men.
Stay sharp.
Or may chance I will wait. I will wait for the enemy army
My loyalty.
and bring all my forces to bear. A king's decree. Your people are equal to... Yeah, so I've achieved that. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, cool. Treasure Hall. Duty demands we honor the gods and our heroes with offerings of gold. Expand the royal treasury at once. Dreams, dark tidings. Move Achilles to the following region. Lol, what does that say? Lol, cuss? Don't know. Every night as Achilles lay in slumber, ruinous dreams torment him with ill omens. Fitful dreams visit you each evening, disturbing your sleep with visions of bloody battles and murderous men that fade away at dawn's first light. You resolve to seek out your old mentor, Chiron of the Horseman tribes, who lives in seclusion in the caves of Mount Pelion. If one man can make sense of these portents, it is the wise tribesman who raised you as a son. Bonus experience for Achilles is 1,000. Very good. Now, I could have sworn that these guys have one turn.
Turn the ground red.
0 turns remaining before they run out of supplies. So are they running out of supplies?
Don't hold back.
I am losing food. Maintain control of one province either by direct ownership or through vassals and military allies. We can do that.
Cut them down.
It's been pretty bad. Okay, so we're going in. I don't exactly feel like waiting another turn. And here we go. It's still going to be probably quite bad. His units have all been effectively cut in half by attrition, though, so we're going to leave it at that. Yikes. Those walls are pretty big. Cool looking city, yeah. Quite strategically, it's not going to be so easy to attack, especially not without proper siege weapons. I've only really got a couple of battering rams, which doesn't give me the best options. I didn't think I would be, well. Okay, so... yeah, this is an option. And this is an option. This seems like the most obvious option. If not the most deadly. Let's count the towers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towers. Pretty deadly. 1, 2, 3, 4 towers. So we're gonna go with this side. We're gonna go with this side. And we're gonna have these guys drop. The elite troops will not be the ones. But neither will the young spears. So we're going to use a couple of units of spearmen. And we are going to rush the walls. It's a well-experienced, tried, tested, and true tactic. It generally gets it done when numbers don't mean anything. So let's hope that those towers don't actually annihilate us. So we're going to deploy things a little bit back in case it gets pretty gross. And it will probably get gross. Like, I mean splash weapon and horrible damage and things it's going to be. Okay, and start.
The
The gods smile. Reinforcements are here.
Really? Ah, yes. In which direction? All the way back there? Could be timely.
Victory is close enough to taste.
Man, that's something I do not want to hear when the battle just starts. So it appears those towers do not have range that is so terrifying. But I'm watching the losses and seeing how bad will it be. It's still looking pretty bad. Take a little bit of that heat off those spearmen would be quite essential. Those bowmen are gonna wreck me. They're not exactly gonna really make it, but if one gate stays open, then I'm golden. No, those enemy archers are really nasty. Can you guys climb the walls? Boy, that would be pretty funny to watch all the enemy go the other way. No. Javelin throwers too.
Your warriors are attacking the gates.
As long as it causes grief for them. Well, that was quick.
You have lost your siege equipment.
Everybody in. Everybody in. And you, Mr. Achilles, drop me a dank verse. So we get that extra charge bonus. And I believe plus 20 over 25% speed. Always plus 25%. Very good, very good.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Yeah, they tend to do that sometimes. Turns out that some people just don't like dying. These young spearmen, they gotta get in because it's gonna get gross. Yeah, no, they'll get messed up by those archers.
Warriors have been routed.
How are we doing on the back? Okay, so the idea is to take these towers real quick because they're gonna hurt a little bit. It's okay, those spearmen didn't make it. No. Don't go too far now.
Your ladders have a foothold of their walls.
Achilles, where are you? Get into the fray, sir. Yeah, he's using some pretty good troops right there. Okay. You, being ranged troops, you guys can get up here.
You have captured the gates.
Whoa, stop firing then. If we're firing into You guys, how are you guys doing?
Take them as you command. Spears! Moving up! Masters of war! Onward, warriors!
Okay, so we're gonna do that again.
You have captured the enemy tower.
You. There we go. Somebody's getting really messed up over here. Give Achilles his boost. Alright, alright. Zoom in, let's see how this do. Most of these troops are just light. They're just doing their own thing. You can see that the cinematic battle effect, it doesn't kind of kick on until a little bit later. But unit troops, lighting effects, everything looks swagalicious. It looks so good. I'm kind of like a little marveled at the pathing a bit, but hey, you know, look, when it comes to Total War games, it's not exactly going to be the most perfect. It just kind of gets there. So, you know, try not to focus on the little things. I'm just a nitpicker, seasoned player. So far, so good. I'm enjoying my experience. These troops seem awfully quick to rout there. Wow. I mean, is this just something that, like, they, like, really fear Achilles? Because, boy, do they seem really scared of me. How you guys doing? We got a tower. Okay, they're still, yeah, okay. It's taking a bit of time for them, but that's alright. The enemy's pulling back. Maybe the walls idea wasn't the best idea. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
Warriors are ready. Onward, warriors! Advance, men!
I'm really not exactly having the best Total War battle, I suppose. Like, they seem to be everywhere. And yet, I'm still, like, beating them viciously. Yeah. I noticed that these hero characters, they definitely do stick around a lot longer than the normal units. Like, their morale, their fighting characteristics, they survive. Whereas the other ones simply just do not. Yeah, I'm not too sure if this unit's gonna make it. Like, the pathfinding's trying to figure it out. So, it's alright. Oh. Is this tower under my control?
You are about to capture the gates.
Not yet? Maybe? Let's do that. Oh no, it's a hero and bowman. Oh, I'm out of position. Yeah, can you? Achilles, I need you to deal with that guy. Kind of a typical of any Total War game, though, is that I personally kind of enjoy unit confusion and calamity. Like, I don't really necessarily expect organized formations after the first engagement. That was kind of more like something particular, I suppose, to Rome Total War. But anyway, in any effect, I kind of personally enjoy the Total War games that turn into crazy blobs of battle. It just kind of just the natural progression of things. However, there is certainly a lot of strategy involved, especially when it comes to morale and the long the engagement, I suppose, because some Total War battles can take up to 30 minutes. And if you plan for a Total War battle that's going to go for more than, I say, 5 minutes, then yeah, it can require some strategy, that's for sure. Oh no, we're not. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, good. Oh, where are you going? Alright. Not bad. Not bad. I think so far that the atmosphere and the lighting of this game, the quality and effects, superb. Did I lose any? Yes, I did. There was that unit at the gate. They didn't make it. Alright. Raise? No, we will just off the back.
This is what the legend looks like.
The boastful challenger stands no more. Achilles has proven his greatness in battle before the people and the gods, vanquishing his opponent and their entire army. The enemies of Phthia will think twice of doubting Achilles' might, lest they are in a hurry to meet Charon on the river Styx. Our brave soldiers have won a most portentous battle against the enemy. Clearly, the gods favor us. So he's achieved the Cadmean victory. Very good. And I killed this guy. Our enemy from the Olopians has perished. Battle of the realm of Hades. Yep, been there, done that. It was a priestess. Galusepe.
We can all be proud.
Garrison's horribly wounded, but it will regenerate.
War makes the man. I pledge my loyalty. Achilles is the champion.
Merge? Yeah. I mean, archers are pretty good, but they're certainly not. I might even try these clubmen. Just see kind of their morale is quite terrible. No, their morale is actually quite superior. Right? No, it's less. Okay, yeah. Should we go with another full unit of slingers? I'd kind of like to get more spearmen. These young spears are decent enough, I suppose. Not that decent.
My reputation endures.
So this province will be the full set and collection. Speed is the key to victory on the battlefield. Instruct the soldiers to train and maneuver swiftly. Plus 8% to battle speed of all units. Own armies faction-wide. Very good. Bronze-clad royal recruits. Armored warriors from the spearhead of our military might. I shall personally review their hiring. Minus 8% to recruitment costs of all heavy infantry units. Own armies faction-wide. Royal timber. Wood shapes our weapons and carries our warriors at sea. Expand our timber warehouses at once. Plus 100% or plus 100 wood per turn faction-wide. That's something that I'm not exactly having a problem with. Royal granaries. The royal granaries guard our people against famine and ruin. Expand them at once. Plus 280 food per turn faction-wide. We will... Oh, we already have this. Public service. To serve me is to serve all of my subjects. Your first duty as a royal servant shall be to the people. Plus 10 to growth, faction-wide. Nice. Fleet-footed royal recruits. Movement is the key to battlefield supremacy. I shall personally oversee the recruitment of our nimblest warriors. Plus minus 12% to recruitment costs of all light infantry units. Own armies faction-wide. This is... I mean, spearmen are considered medium troops, right? Royal bronze. The safety of our land is forged in bronze. Increase the size of our warehouses at once. This I might do. Minus 10% of the recruitment of all medium infantry units. This is spearmen. This is what we will do. Achilles, stand proud. You've conquered your first city. One many in a long line of traditions. You, sir, you shall
I
conquer.
always win.
Life is a struggle. Those who do not stand against it will lose for more than just the fight. Far more than just the fight. Was personally involved in combat during battles. Plus 3% to melee attacks of all units. Plus 30% damage against all heroes. Fighter. Champion. Warrior. I'm not too sure how this all breaks down. Homeric character. I'm sure I've heard of you from somewhere. Do you serve with my father? This character was referred to by Homer in his epics. This character is destined for greatness. When killed in battle, or due to ancient action, they will only be wounded. Epic hero. This is an immortal hero, a faction leader. Plus 20% to generated rage in battle. Plus 15 to morale of hero. Plus 3 to influence this region. Lineage. Achilles, son of Peleus and Thetis. Plus 4 to melee attack of all units when attacking this army. Minus 5% to morale of all enemy units. Yes, we've already seen this. Yes, yes, yes. Replace hero. Yes, I'm going to replace him with Huxtable Charlie. This upstart random Greek dude who got wild and unkempt hair and he rides a donkey and he's wielded 2 spears and perhaps some nunchucks. Why not? Make it a DLC. I'm just kidding. Build another. What would this get me? This will give me a lot more food per turn. Plus 100 head food per turn. Plus 4% to all resources as province. Plus 20 to growth. My wood is still quite good. Plus 45 wood per turn. High influence bonuses plus 60 wood per turn. Yeah, sure. Oh, it used a little bit of bronze? Yeah, whatever. I mean, I got a big pile of it. Okay, so...
They'll fall to us.
I can use him. Oh, I've apparently hit a cap. No, I've run out of money. Food, that is. Toggle overlays. Achilles strives to be acknowledged as a living legend among warriors. He constantly seeks worthy opponents to face in glorious battle. The fame of Achilles' godlike strength entices warriors to join his ranks and sped Thaia's influence across the land. Doubt and uncertainty. The people now doubt that Achilles truly is a living legend. Confront and defeat all challengers to gain. Minus 20% to upkeep cost of all units. Very good. Grants an extra unit for instant recruitment, so you take who you defeat. And plus 4 to influence faction line. Very driven. That's obviously how you drive this army. It's entirely around just making it cheaper. Almost like a Hordes of Chaos kind of thing from Warhammer 2 War 2. Maybe a little bit, yeah, something like that. I don't know. So these are 2 of them. Intimidate Eumelos and Ajax the Lesser. Do I just like have it out with them one-on-one right now if I confront them? That's crazy. I'm not just going to press that button then. Hot-blooded Achilles. Achilles is prone to grandiose mood swings that can severely impact those under his command. These bars represent the 3 powerful emotions that can sway him: rage, indignance, and grief. Achilles proudly leads his men with a rational mind. When he becomes indignant, when his mood reaches 100%, Achilles will have mood swings which will affect both his army and his faction. At this point, his advisors will offer gifts to soothe his strong emotions. Current amount 30%. Claiming Achilles with gifts, I see, so that all comes with time. And it's like how you play with the character directly impacts, obviously, how he's going to respond to you. So the game will not exactly let you get what you want. Not without, I suppose, a struggle. Interesting. That's an interesting factor to it. Divine Will. So I'd already done this tutorial. This is where we can actually pay resources to pray to a god for statistics. And there's a pantheon even. I chose Athena the first time, as I felt like her late game units with her overall unit or faction wide bonuses were probably the most like easily to see. And I mean, morale to spearmen is something that, like, I use a lot of spearmen units as my core, and it only just bolstered what I liked about what I generally like in old Total War games. So I'm actually not going to use it right now. I'm still quite new to the game, so I'm just going to kind of saunter on and slowly embrace the new features of it as we go through it. I'm still quite new. But we are playing a Homeric victory as opposed to a Total War victory, which requires a main character storyline driven atmosphere, as opposed to like conquest and taking the whole of the world. I suppose that kind of is one and the same, tantamount. We will see. I believe this is food, yes? Thank you for that. Ensure that one of the following buildings has been constructed: an altar of Poseidon, an altar of Hera, an altar of Athena, an altar of Ares, an altar of Apollo, an altar of Aphrodite, and an altar of Zeus. The favor of a god may be earned by constructing a shrine for their worship. Build an altar to your god of your choosing to earn their blessing. The pantheon of gods and the benefits their favor could bring can be reviewed on the gods and favor panel. Learn more about divine favor here. Can I get some wood? Trade gain. Fern but fair. This one is sometimes stern, sometimes stony, but always entirely equitable. Spend multiple turns in a settlement with low happiness. +1 happiness in the local province. Excellent. Achilles is mad again. Outrage has changed by 5% due to the war with neighboring factions. Spears. How we doing? One more turn? Okay.
Son of a goddess and a king.
Diplomacy. Nearly finished, are you? See, this, in terms of strategy, it feels like I should be going east. I mean west? Yeah, west. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I suppose I'll keep going down to Chelsea's. Cerinthos. Cerinthos looks quite wealthy as a maritime settlement. I'd imagine it'd be worth the endeavor. It would still be probably a costly one. So that is my strategy. It is to go south.
Achilles the champion.
With an idea that I will eventually need to move west. There are many city-states that I'll have to negotiate, barter, or level to the ground.
Fighting for Ares. As ordered.
He offers to give me all of his food. Perhaps I have a better offer entirely. Oh, there's no satrapy? That is still quite a bit of food. Make it work. We've made peace. That's a lot of stuff that you demand for a non-aggression pact. Counter offer, war! Okay, nope. Not that it was really a wise idea anyway. Declare war on them for offering something. Objectives. Defeat all challengers with Achilles through the living legend mechanic. Click here to learn more. While Achilles is known across the world as a living legend among warriors, there is no shortage of challengers to his martial prowess. Achilles must defeat all pretenders if he is to enjoy the benefits that come with being recognized as the greatest warrior in the world. Rivals to Achilles may be viewed in the Living Legends panel. Learn more about the rivalry among the world's greatest warriors. Yeah. I get some gold though, so those are some good options to save for when you really do need the resources. They've offered me quite a bit of food, and so attacking them from the south would be probably bad for my political rating. But I've got to go somewhere. I don't exactly trust them either. That is to say, the Elopians, or yeah, the Elopians. Pardon me for seeming to take a little bit longer than normal low Total War games, but I do kind of like to take my time, generally. When it comes to these strategy games, I do enjoy the occasional first-person shooter, if you might have noticed, but I do like to play games that require a bit more thought and brain power.
I am a legend.
These troops. They take so long to recuperate. That's alright.
War is my business.
And business is
Protect the
good.
settlement. Beyond compare.
That should help me complete that
We
challenge
will
as well.
claim victory.
Or rather, that mission objective.
Ready to march. Glory awaits us.
Alright. With an overabundance of resources, I should be constructing stuff like a crazy man. Maybe not the bronze, though. Because that takes bronze, right? How much is it? 200 bronze? Is that correct? Or 200 wood? 200 wood it appears. Yeah. So, okay. Not much else to do. Okay, so here we go.
I'm improving all the time.
Maximum strength, good. Extra gold. A few missions completed. So I suppose the question is, should Achilles storm and stomp his way to Iolcos? Or should he walk? With a massive army.
My reputation is yours.
How do I slow the troops down?
Bound for glory. Make tracks.
Yeah, like they seem to, I don't know, like run everywhere. How do I stop them
Master
from
of
running?
combat. Check their defenses.
I don't know. I can't really seem to figure that out at the moment.
Anger me.
Controls. There's a reload textures button. That's useful if things get a little crazy. Okay, so never mind. We'll just continue with it. Who is this? So I'm pretty sure that when the mighty Achilles comes to Iolcus is the name of the place, that the locals will scream and flee in terror, running to the hills and praying to their gods for mercy. I am more concerned with how their king feels of me. We have a barter agreement, you see.
I hope Achilles will be reasonable.
So I will make a non-aggression pact, which they seem really receptive to. Interesting mechanic with these trade resources and single barters. I almost don't want to bank rob these smaller kingdoms, thinking that I could still use their support in the future later, and therefore their resources and stuff. So they could be of use. I think it will require a single token of wood. That seems fair to me.
Of course.
Alright. Hopefully that when Achilles arrives it won't be so upsetting.
Ready for anything. We have ground to cover.
No, we're not gonna.
Understood.
We're instead gonna level up. Vanquish. Begone, defeated worm. You are unworthy of facing me. Plus 2.5% to this hero's hit points. Very nice. Frenzy. As murderous Ares is my witness, I shall see you all dead before my rage is quenched. Frenzy ability. Plus 2.5% to this hero's hit points. Frenzy gives him plus 30% weapon damage, plus 200% attack interval. From what I've seen, he doesn't exactly attack very much. Maybe it actually increases the more you customize these things, which is kind of neat. Blood of Heracles. Plus 50% melee attack. Speed cooldown. Interesting customizable features here. I think I'm going to go with Blood of Heracles. Providing rage when activated, Blood of Heracles, 45 seconds, gives plus 50% melee attack. And I will replace the hero. No, just kidding. Okay. Oh, it's an item. Fashioned from the strongest black ash by the centaur Chiron. The spear was gifted to Achilles' father and inherited by the great warrior upon his death. Plus 8% to morale of the units. Plus 7% of armor piercing and damage of hero. Very good. So we'll wait out for more reinforcements. As you can see, this army upkeep is quite massive. I like this. It adds to new features that certain armies actually require different stats entirely, different resources in order to function. That is a very cool and in-depth feature, which I think adds a lot of flavor. Perfect. We're building a new settlement, or a larger settlement. But we had a deal. Together we will go far. Barter agreement. They want wood. Their offers of food. And food. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff that you require. I cannot agree. Who are these guys? The Elopians, the neutral army.
Fighting fit.
War makes the man.
That is concerning.
To battle.
Indeed, it is concerning. If the Elopians need to be reminded that I am ruled by the son of a god and a king, the son of a goddess and a king, then yes, I will use
Set up a watch.
the mighty Achilles. Now, the plan was, of course, to get him 1,000 experience, which is waiting with that mission objective. But I cannot lose this after investing time, and it looks like they actually really want it back. We'll see and hear if the AI actually plans on attacking. Which they might, considering that the garrison forces are somewhat weaker. They offer me stone for military access. I will accept. Back away, you hooligans. War by the Thessalians in the north. Oh boy. Apparently Achilles is quite upset with it. Achilles is now feeling indignant from the perceived slights to his name. He is attempting to soothe his mood through great feasts, which will please the local population but negatively affect diplomacy. You may choose to let his indignation run its course or dull its impact with an offering. Allow Achilles to indulge his indignation. Plus 10 to happiness. Plus 30% to all resources. Minus 10 to influence. Minus 50% to deal evaluation for diplomatic agreements. Soothe Achilles' mood with an offering. Give him food and give him stone. Food and stone it is. Rumors have emerged that sullen Polnices says, no doubt in the grips of wine's unreliable influence has spoken of some imagined slight. Evidently, your command has caused their motivation to falter, and their gaze to stray away from duty. We must consider the orders given by Polonices, for their current state of melancholy inhibits their abilities, affecting both the troops and peasants around them. A major task could motivate Polonices from their slump and set them back on the path to greatness. The game really doesn't like me to sit around. Okay.
Don't get too comfortable. Waiting commands. Move it, man.
Kind of keep them both happy at this point.
Organize a feast.
Alright. Not too sure how well this campaign's even going to go, really. I'm kind of at the mercy of an angry tyrant. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to keep him happy. Overall, I like the game. The appeal, nice. The effects, graphics of it, pretty stalwart. Seems to bring the best of kind of what made Rome 2 with Warhammer Total War 2, and it's like made a decent hybrid of them. Sea storms. As Poseidon unleashes his wrath upon the sea, storms rage across the waters and threaten to swallow your fleets whole. Gigantic waves pummel your ships and show no sign of abating. For 5 turns, sea storms. Thunderous squalls assault our ships as Poseidon whips up a raging storm by smashing his trident upon the seas. It is entirely by his will that I don't know what that word is, that WT will live to see another day. It says we, that is the word. We will live to see another day, or be capsized and lost to the arms of the deep. Minus 15% to casualty replenish rate of all armies. Town armies in this province. Own armies in this province, sorry. Minus 10% to upkeep costs, or plus 10% to all upkeep costs of all units. Own armies in this province. Ouch. Minus 10% of all. Minus 10 to morale of all units fighting in this region. Pretty serious. Pretty serious. Recruit a hero. Additional arms may be only fielded by appointing a hero to lead them. All armies must be led by a hero, whilst fielding multiple armies allows more troops to be deployed against your enemies. The cost is an upkeep of all troops grows with the number of armies. Heroes may be recruited and armies subsequently created on the recruitment hero panel. Well, I've already done that, so. But thank you very much. Okay.
I live for battle. Achilles the champion. By the numbers.
Am I losing attrition? How am I doing? Can I get him to march?
Ready to march. Let's get going.
Easy experience. A destiny ordained. The most honorable of the centaurs spoke harsh words about Achilles' destiny. Wise Chiron, the man who shaped a timid boy named Lygiron into the fierce warrior you are today, consults the omens and speaks solemnly of your fate. Before you lie 2 paths, O mighty Achilles. One leads to a near death, albeit a glorious one. The other, though longer, meanders into obscurity. If you are to be remembered for an age, then yours must be the way of violence. Reject the prophecy. You scoff at Chiron's edicts. The gods be damned, you shall forge your own path. And by doing this, I will become indignant. For 20 turns, I will have hubris. Plus 10% to melee defense of all units. Very good. I will exhibit self-indulgent revelry. And I will be bitter indignancies. Embrace your destiny. The gods have spoken. If death is the cost of a great destiny, then you shall pay it gladly. Achilles will become outraged. Godlike outrage. You will wade through blood to achieve the legend you deserve. Plus 25% to damage of all units, Achilles' army. Plus 40% to melee attack of all units, Achilles' army. White hot rage. Achilles' rage and hungers for war, ignoring the farmers. The farmers? Yeah. So he sucks from the resources. Minus 30% to all resources. Minus 50% to growth. Faction-wide. Plus 10% to casualty replenishment rate of all armies. Very good. Plus 100% to income from raiding, looting, and sacking. Plus 100% to... I mean, that's obviously... Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, it's pretty savage. That's like taking as many stacked armies as you can and collecting as much money from your neighbors, which you can do. Divine Will. Plus 20% to melee attack of all units. Wow, your army becomes just beastly if you embrace your destiny. Cruel, this is if I lament my fate. Cruel fate! The gods promise you a hero's destiny, but glory holds no currency in the house of Hades. So if I become a whining little sniller, I will become grieving. Favor of Zeus, plus 50. It appears the Thunder God has a role to play in all this. Darkest Grief, plus 200 experience of all units per turn. Whoa, that's really good. That's really good, though. Sorrow for the dead. Achilles is grieving the people. Echoing his mood, turn to prayer. Favor of the gods, plus 100% of the temples, spectrum-wide. Minus 2 to happiness. Favor of embraces rituals. So I haven't exactly gone a very ritualistic sense in this game. Quite the predicament, really. Embracing it is the best, but I will suffer. However, if I embrace it fully and raid and attack and become aggressive, then by diplomacy too, I can find my way wealthy. Seems the only thing to do. Lamenting is an interesting course, but I feel like the only way is to really embrace. The great Achilles has fallen into a bout of white-hot rage following the numerous setbacks that have plagued him recently. He has become consumed with thoughts of war above all else, paying no mind to trade or the happiness of his followers.
Do not anger me. Check the defenses.
Alright. Building a citadel. It requires almost all of my stone. And so we shall do it. I've been streaming for nearly 2 hours. And I know I've only played like maybe 10 turns? I'm getting a wee bit tired. I don't, oh, and we're gonna have a battle. Perfect sign off. It's gonna be a bad one, but as with any Total War games, it is about a kind of attrition, so to speak. If I can make him lose a lot of troops here, I can still benefit myself in the future, and I'm gonna play it out. Look at this, he's sending in like crack troops. Crack elite troops against a garrison force? This is bad. Fight battle though. If I get walls, you know, it. Oh, I don't. I get features instead. So landmarks and terrains. This could still somewhat be good. That being said, I'm probably going to lose. Alright.
For the Achaeans! Death from afar! Masters of war! Sons of Achaea! Trained and ready! Spears!
Defensive positions! Doing it now!
Slings! For the Achaeans! Spears! Of course! Ready to throw! Combat ready!
Ready to defend!
Hit them hard! Masters of war! Forward we go!
Your warriors are losing heart.
Combat ready! Wipe them out! Javelins, prepare! Wipe them out! For the Achaeans! Lethal entry! Attack!
Take care. You are losing ground.
Onward, warriors! Javelins home!
The best defense!
The foe is capturing your victory point.
Unbelievable.
Your warriors have been routed.
Well, that's the ball game, basically. Well, that's never good. He was kind of ill-fated from the start.
Lost the victory point!
Hope we lose a lot more than that.
Slings! Wipe them out!
It's over. The AI's yet to basically just annihilate me in the back. There you go. It was just a garrison force, I guess. You know what I mean? There's a stark difference between professional troops and garrison troops, as there usually is in Total War. So, not exactly a matched battle. I was expecting to do a lot more than that, though. We end the stream soon on dark tidings, for the enemy has taken Alos. They have taken Alos and marched their armies into our capital, or rather into our old settlement, and caused ruin and damnation upon all citizens mighty and strong. After a grim and bloody battle, we were forced to retreat, lest the defeat be much, much worse. Acasso's army has suffered a decisive defeat against the forces of Badarces, belonging to the Thessalians, in the Battle of Alos. Settlement lost. Badarces of the Thessalians has captured Alos. We should punish them for their impudence. And we will. Perhaps, though, at a later time. At a later date. When the mighty Achilles will rise and take what is rightfully his, which is glory, which is destiny. For the blood of Heracles that pulses through his veins, fear me. For the blood of the greatest hero in the known world courses through my veins. I just said that, dude. I just literally just... Anyway. Blood of Heracles, cool down. Speed. This could provide excellent benefits. Armed by Hephaestus, this one's blade or shaft or tip were fashioned upon the anvil of the smith god, that favored heroes may prevail. Plus 60 to melee damage of hero, plus more to his hit points. The way of Ares, make no mistake, the sport is war, total war. Plus 5 melee attack of hero, and more health boosts. And on that note, my friends, I will end the stream for now. And I will tune in soon enough, at some time, for us to adventure into lands of ancient time. Once again, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to take a break. First impression is that it is very much just another Total War with the latest that the UI and graphics can really provide. It looks great. Environment looks good. Sure, there might be some features that aren't necessarily a part of what makes a Total War game like a complete thing, but don't judge a book by its cover. It was just the first playthrough and I enjoyed it. But I'll be seeing you guys again soon with this one. Free to play on the Epic Games launcher within 24 hours, I believe. It's probably coming up here pretty quick. But you can still get it if you've got an Epic Games launcher app and email or whatever, and sign in. There you go. But yeah, I'm going to take a break and talk to you all later. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream, and take care.